Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nothing But Games podcast. I am your host, Matt, and today I'm joined by both Mike and Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
Take two.
Yeah, Take Two.
I feel like this is maybe more than Take Two.
Like the game developer, Take Two.
Take two.
Yeah.
Do they even still exist?
They exist very much.
Yeah, they do. With,
That was a joke. Chill. Oh my god.
I don't know.
You guys
It wasn't
all
a
went
joke.
all
Hang
over
on.
me.
What do they develop?
They do the Walking Dead.
Nope.
Telltale.
You are very wrong, sir.
Take Two? Are you
Take
sure
Two
about that?
Interactive.
Telltale Games
Yes.
makes
I know that.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take Two. What do they produce, Mike?
Kind of confused right now. I feel like I'm mixing those two up.
Basketball.
What two?
The wrestling.
What two big publishers?
That's 2K. Is that one of their brands?
No, you're thinking. I think you guys are both confused. Where Take Two is the parent company of both 2K and Rockstar.
Technically, I'm right. but
Right.
Technically, I'm right.
Whatever.
I'm still
Marcus
right.
is the smart one here. We know this.
Obviously. Is that even up to question?
This is why, Marcus, you talk a lot. I'm the host, and Mike is here just
I'm
because
just here.
we need a third person.
Yeah.
He's like the Michelangelo of the group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Literally, because my name's Michelangelo.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I just realized that. That's actually really funny.
You are a Ninja Turtle.
Basically.
His favorite color is green, too.
My
That's
mentor is
funny.
a rat, yeah.
All right. Anyway, cool way to start the podcast.
Showing how much we really know about games.
Exactly.
Which is absolutely nothing.
No, we have no idea what's going on, but it's fine.
Mike didn't start playing video games until Watch Dogs came out.
Yeah, like
More
2
or
years ago.
less, yeah. That's a lie.
I'm a young boy.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
I think this is by far the best podcast we've done so far.
100% it is. Guys, a few days until E3. What is happening?
The Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Yeah, 2017.
Los Angeles, California.
First time open to the public. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's going to be lit, fam.
We're gonna stand in so many lines.
So many lines.
Yeah, our feet's going to be like, Kurt.
It's okay, I got those.
How many
nice
games do you
shoes.
think we'll realistically play?
I think if we get one, we'd be lucky.
No, I think we'll be
Maybe
good.
2 per day.
Now, we just got to go for like the smaller lines, like the small indie games, then we can play a whole bunch of games.
So we're gonna stay away from the FIFAs and the Call of Duties because
Obviously. First of all, who would care about FIFA and Call of Duty?
I mean,
number one?
obviously,
Millions of people.
But one day we do have to do a Mario Odyssey.
hell yeah, we do.
But that's going to be a full day in line. Guaranteed.
Yeah, well, you know,
Make sure you bring your Switch. Oh, wait, someone doesn't have one.
I'll
funny.
bring my Vita and 3DS.
You're
I'll
gonna
be
bring.
street passing.
Oh god,
That's still a thing?
apparently. That's okay.
I don't even know if I have that.
So not much in the news this week because of E3 next week. It makes total sense. Total sense.
See, you
Total
would think
sense.
that, though, but like last year there was a lot of game announcements that came out. Like,
It's super weird. People want to like stray away from E3, but then now like nothing is out announcements wise.
now they're going back to E3? I don't know.
And now they're going back to E3, and then making predictions for both myself and Mike was super difficult this week because I don't know what the hell's happening, so it's fine. Marcus is sitting there laughing for some
He
apparent
thinks
reason.
he's so smart.
He really
No, I'm
does.
just. I like how you only included you and Mike. That it
yeah,
was
because
hard for.
because you said it wasn't hard for you.
No, I was just saying. I just came up
Because
with a
it's
bunch
never
of
hard for
bullshit words.
Marcus.
It nice. Nice. I don't know. We'll talk about it a little later. Let's get the news out of the way. Did you watch the Pokemon Direct on the 6th of June?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, I did not. I missed it because I thought it was later in the day, but apparently I'm just stupid. How was it? What are your
Breaking news.
thoughts?
It was as I expected. I never expected them to bring a Pokemon game to a mainline Pokemon game to Switch so soon.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago that the next mainline Pokemon would have been. We were both thinking would be on 3DS, and that's what the new Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are. It's going more in the way of Black 2 and White 2, which are good games, but we'll see how like mainstream these are going to get in like the public eye because people are so focused on their Switch right now. I don't know if they're going to go back and want to replay a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's still going to sell millions. It'll still sell better than it would if it was only stranded on Switch.
Yeah.
But then with that, they had the Pokken Tournament for Wii U, Pokken Tournament Deluxe, which makes sense. They had DLC characters in that they didn't bring to the Wii U version, and I don't know if it's really. I thought Pokken Tournament was like completely disappointing to me, and that's someone who really likes Pokemon and Tekken. but it just didn't click with me. So if I ever get a Switch, when I get a Switch eventually, it probably won't pick it up.
It's probably something you'll pick up like for like $15 used, if ever.
And then they also announced the Pokemon Gold and Silver Virtual Console eShop games for 3DS, which I feel like is kind of late.
Yeah.
Like, people went ballistic when Red and Blue and Yellow were released, I think, was it last year?
Last year, yeah.
Yeah. That was a really big thing, but that's because the Switch wasn't a thing yet, and Pokemon was so, like, public in the news of Pokemon Go, and then even Pokemon Sun and Moon being so huge with, 20th or 25th anniversary? I think 20th anniversary. 20th anniversary. And I think this would have been better if it came out last year rather than now when the Switch is out. I don't know how many people are going to go back to play Gold and Silver. I know I probably won't. I still have like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which are the definitive versions of those games. So,
I mean,
which you can play on your 3DS. But this makes sense that they, even in the promotional ads, they were showing it running on like the new 2DS XL. So Nintendo isn't done with the 3DS brand for a while, and I would say still by like 2019 we still see games coming out for it. They are
releasing a whole bunch of games for it indeed, so I mean, we'll see what's happening with that.
Do you think the like a mainline Pokemon will be will come out for Switch next year?
Probably not next
year,
because
what people want is like the things people have been floating around are either a new generation or a Generation 4 remake. I love Generation 4, but I don't think we need a remake so soon after we already had Generation 3. And we're getting into the moment where we're starting to remake DS games for Switch. I think if there is a new Pokemon game next year, it would still come out on 3DS. But I don't think there's going to be one though.
My prediction is that next year they're going to probably come out with possibly like the Gen 4 remake for the 3DS. Even though you said it was soon, it would kind of fit it where it's like, they can come out with another remake, and then it's like the ultimate, I guess, send off in a sense. It's like, okay, cool, here you go, here's everything else for you, and then the new generation of Pokemon 2 years down the line is not going to be on the 3DS. It's going to be on the Switch. But just hopefully at that point they've completely changed the game around where it's more of, again, a few weeks ago, like that Zelda-esque type RPG rather than...
Zelda? Someone said Zelda?
Anyway, Zelda-esque type RPG rather than the standard we've been getting on the 3DS. I think it would fit it more than anything.
I just want... what I want from a new Pokemon game is not a new generation, not a remake. I want like more of a sequel or a spin-off in terms of like do maybe like a Red and Blue 2 kind of, but not like maybe not a direct sequel to that, but just do a different part of the Pokemon world, and maybe you're not even challenging gyms, maybe you're just doing different missions, but it's still an RPG and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the X and Y and Sun and Moon, although they're good games, I feel like they're just way too easy now than what they used to be. So
they've lost that, I guess, challenging aspect of it that really drew players in to keep playing it until everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the feeling of gotta catch them all can only go so far. I mean, I know there are some people who constantly want to do it all the time. A few of my other friends are like that, but I don't know. For me, it's just like... I like the gym battles, I like everything, but now it's just super easy, and I just kind of sit there with one Pokemon and just go at it.
Yeah, so, and even with like the remake that they had with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I love Generation 4. If they did a remake for it, I'd probably still buy it because it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite generations. But like Generation 3 with Ruby and Sapphire, that was like my least favorite. Yeah, because there's that whole meme, the too much water joke. But that was a legit problem that I had with the game back then, was the amount of HMs that you use for like surfing and diving, all the water Pokemon that you have, like, and it's just, it wasn't my favorite generation.
I absolutely love water Pokemon. It's just, I agree. Like, I just probably my least favorite.
Like traveling, it's true. Like all the different HMs that you have to use in the water in that game is just way too egregious.
Yeah. Let's move on before we get too off topic here.
Before we go, is Squirtle a water Pokemon?
Continue.
Anyway. He's being completely serious.
He's a rain Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, funny joke.
I remember that.
Mike actually, in all seriousness, called it a rain type Pokemon. A couple years back.
You guys tried to get me to list all the Pokemon types, and I said rain.
Yeah, it triggered me as well. Don't worry.
But isn't like lightning one?
Yes.
They're both types of weather phenomenons.
Technically, it's
electric.
Phenomena.
Anyway.
Okay. Pokemon sucks.
Okay,
And
anyway.
transitioning to the next topic.
As you said earlier, Pokkén Tournament was announced for the Switch, and then there was a possibility of a third title that is coming out for the Switch that we might see later at E3. Eurogamer's Tom Phillips was the first to see this. He actually tweeted it out. He saw underneath Pokemon Ultra Moon another release date, like a TBD kind of a release date for the Switch. Yeah.
But
so I don't know.
But Nintendo already came out, or the Pokemon Company already said that this was a mistake. They've already debunked this, saying that it was just a legitimate mistake. They didn't mean to put that there, and that there's no plans to bring Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to Switch.
That's what you think.
I think it's true. Just in the sense of imagine how crappy these games would look from porting them from 3DS onto Switch.
Yeah, I'm not excited for it. If it came out on Switch, I wouldn't buy it.
And I don't think how would they even fix the dual screen format for it and put it only on one screen.
Half of the screen is on the right side, half of the screen is on the left side.
That'd be confusing.
It would be super confusing, which is fine. Anyway, okay. Moving on to other news, because that's basically it for the entire Nintendo Direct. If you didn't watch it, you didn't really miss anything. It was just people talking and whatnot. I'm assuming, because I didn't watch it.
For the Pokemon one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Pokemon Company, so they usually it's usually like 5 minutes tops.
Nice.
This one, this is like the most they've ever announced with like one actual new game, then a port, and then eShop games. So
yeah. Okay, Sony has also announced 2 slim models. One of them has actually already came out. It launched today on June 9th. It is the gold 1 terabyte version of it. In all honesty, it
looks disgusting.
I don't like it.
Yeah, neither do I.
I saw it in person a few days ago. I do not
just
enjoy
gold
it.
in general for like for big consoles or big hardware like that. It's just not attractive.
Even the controller, I don't like. I don't. It was whatever.
It's like how everyone's just trashing on that and yellow Joy-Con for the Switch.
The yellow Joy-Con looks absolutely horrid, but that's another topic. Actually, we had that discussion already, so it's fine. The silver version, it was announced, but there's no release date to it yet. In the US, it is selling for $249.99 US. Silver, again, not having a release date yet. And then in Europe, it is 500 gigabyte models scheduled to release June 28th. Both colors. So they're limited edition, which means if you don't have one, or if you don't get one, you'll never get it again. So, interesting.
Sad.
Very interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nobody really cares. I don't know.
Moving on.
Yeah, more or less like the last-ish piece of news.
Give me that last-ish piece.
Yeah. EA seems to be separating FIFA 18 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC from the Switch version of itself, calling it EA FIFA Sports.
Shocker.
Yeah, well, game modes seem to be missing, like the Journey. Apparently, the release date would be September 29th, 2017.
Doesn't surprise me.
I was shocked that it was only missing that. I thought it was gonna not even have online or anything.
No, I believe it's going to have online in correlation to its online service.
It seems like it's probably the 360 and PS3 versions of this.
Probably.
Why are they
it'll
even
be on par with
bothering?
those.
I don't know.
Why are they even bothering at this point?
Well, I don't know. FIFA is one of the biggest games ever, so we'll see if
It's
people
true,
actually go ahead and buy it. Maybe we know it's huge in Europe, and even around us, we know a lot of people who play it. But the people who we know who play FIFA won't buy Switch. So
yeah,
I just want to see. I wonder if those two markets will actually
I'm curious. Yeah, it's going to be definitely something interesting to see on the release date, probably the midnight launch at your local game store or whatnot. I mean, I'm going to be at it, right? So I mean, I want to see how it sells and how many copies we actually initially get in store and whatever, right? So yeah, let's move into the important stuff here, the E3 predictions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So, Mike, you haven't done any talking this podcast yet.
Well, you guys talking about Pokemon. Who cares about Pokemon?
Yeah, but
Let's talk about Zelda. Let's just talk about Zelda all the time. Let's have this a Zelda podcast instead of a games podcast.
Mike, you're off the podcast.
What do you think about that Tingle Boy?
Cannot wait.
Okay, moving on. Mike, if you want to give us your...
I've always wanted to dress up as Tingle, so Breath of the Wild is finally
why
giving
do
me
you
that
say
chance
these
to do
things?
that.
Why do you say these things?
Wow.
I do realize this is going on the internet.
Yep.
Thank goodness we have not released our faces yet.
I look like Tingle.
Oh, God. Please, just
Okay,
shut up and
I'll
give us
stop.
your,
I'm sorry.
your
My
stupid
apologies.
predictions.
Let's get back on track.
Damn it. So
you
how do you want
want?
to do this? Do you want to...
I say we go like, since we were only doing the Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo for like actual predictions.
Yeah.
we could do like start with Microsoft or whatever, and then we do 3 for each one. So you give one Microsoft, Mike gives one, I give one, and then just go until we each give 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one do you want to start with? Microsoft?
Yeah, we'll start
We'll
with the
do in
Microsoft.
order of presentation.
Perfect.
That works for me.
Mike, take
Okay.
it away.
All right, prediction number 1. The Scorpio, Project Scorpio, is going to be $500 American. Which will translate to what? $650, $700 Canadian?
$650, give or take here.
So, yeah.
Also including the markup as well.
Obviously.
So,
So yeah, it's going to be expensive. They're not going to... If it has all the teraflops that they're saying it does, then it's not going to be cheap.
no.
And $500 American is a realistic expectation.
Yes, exactly. Which either some people think is reasonable or some people absolutely hate it.
Well, again, for what you're getting, if it's got all the teraflops and it's got all that RAM and all that other shit that I don't understand, you're going to pay money for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think, in my own personal opinion, I think it's reasonably priced considering what you are getting. I remember them saying, for people who don't know what a teraflop is, and me being a computer person, I still don't know what a teraflop is, but whatever.
Not important.
Not important. It's 60 frames a second, 4K VR, basically, is what you're getting on that machine. So if it lives up to that standard, then it is worth it.
If you care about that stuff.
If you care about it and you want a console.
Like, I don't even have a 4K TV, so the fact that it does 4K does nothing for me.
Exactly. My prediction... I don't know. I don't know which one to...
Great prediction.
I don't know which one to say here, honestly. I had a few of them, but I mean, we're going one of them. I think we're going to see something new with Forza. If not a new 100% total big expansion for Forza Horizon 3, if not an entire new Forza Motorsport, because that's the next one in the line.
What number are they on anyway?
I would guess it would be more like I had this as a prediction, but I have extras. But
Yeah.
I would have said it would have been like Forza
Motorsport.
Motorsport 7.
Yeah.
because it's a new console. Racing games
Yeah.
always released with new consoles,
Exactly.
and Forza has been annualized for a couple years now.
And that's probably how they're going to start the show. I'd actually say that as well. I want to add to my prediction. They're going to start Forza, or they're going to start the show with Forza, showing it off on Project Scorpio.
And then they're going to be like, oh, and this is on Scorpio.
Yeah, and then you're going to see like a light, and it's going to look like an Xbox One S, and then with a frame rate counter on the top.
And then
That's about it.
And then a car will drop down from the ceiling.
That would be
They
cool.
did last
And they'll have
time.
Yeah.
that guy, the monk, with his coat on, remember that?
And then they brought didn't they bring someone from Ford? I think
I don't remember.
I don't
a couple
remember
years
that.
ago.
Anyway, it's
Rob
cool.
Ford. Rest in peace, big boy.
Yep. To our mayor. Not really. It's fine.
Not really Toronto, but you tried.
Torontonians, it's fine. Marcus, take it away.
Prediction number 1.
I'll stick with Scorpio. And I
Sure.
think Scorpio details will be announced, and it'll be $400 American,
Really?
and a release date of November 3rd. The reason why I say $400 is because they were in so much flack for releasing the original Xbox One at $500 American for in 2013, and when the PS4 came out at $400. I don't know if they want to go through that again. This is just me like being hopeful. Like it was $500 also with the Kinect, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I think, but I don't know if they want to go the route of having a $500 to $600 console. It didn't work out for the Xbox One at launch. It didn't work out for the PS3 at launch when it was $600. So I really don't see them, or I think it's really dangerous for them to go over 400.
Yeah.
So like,
I get your point, but at the same time, like, they can't afford to sell this thing at a loss. Because they're already, like, they're not terribly far behind the PlayStation right now, but they are far behind.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can afford
I don't think they're going to catch up either way, even with the Scorpio.
No, they're not going to catch up, but at the same time, they can't start losing money on the
Unless-
console sales, especially since they don't have any games to make up for that.
So the only way I ever see them catching up is if PlayStation comes out with a new console and it explodes in the house. And that's the only
Well, that's
way.
a little dramatic, but
yeah,
yeah.
that's the only way I would see them catching up. And again, Xbox fanboy here. I'm just saying.
It's like a red ring of death, but...
No, I mean like the entire
blows up,
console.
yeah.
It literally explodes like a Galaxy Note 7.
Yeah, I definitely understand the $400 price point as a like a logic of like $500 consoles don't sell well. It's a fact, they don't. But at the same time, you can't afford to sell your console at a loss. and which I think it would be at $400
Yeah.
if it's as powerful as they say it is. It's basically a PC, and high-end PCs don't go for less than $500.
A personal computer.
High-end PCs don't go for less than $1,000.
That's
Never
my
mind.
point. Well, it's not going to be like super high-end, but it's going to be a high-end, and
It's
it's
a high-end
not going to be
console,
under $500. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll do $450 and we'll both be half right. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were going to steer away from Scorpio because it kind of
It's
coincided.
it's going to be like 50% of their show. So you
No,
can't.
I know. That's why
You
I
absolutely
didn't.
can't.
That's why I didn't say it. Just to give like a little bit of diversity here. But then again, like my prediction, if I'm going to be honest with you, kind of coincides with what both of you were saying anyway. So it's fine. We're gonna move over to
what do
Sony.
you mean?
No,
move
we're
on.
doing 3 for each.
We got to do 3
Oh,
for
we're
each,
doing
buddy.
3 for each. Okay.
The fucking host doesn't even know his own show.
Come on, Matthew.
Okay, you know what?
Mathieu.
Jeez, fine. All right,
I'll do my second one.
right,
We'll give
go.
you some time to think.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
second one is there is going to be some sort of Halo spin-off game announced at this E3, released this end of the year. Something like an ODST kind of thing.
I could see that happening.
Like, because I don't know if you saw the Halo Gravemind leaks, supposedly.
No, that was fake.
That was confirmed
Yeah,
fake?
the
Okay.
someone from not Bungie 343 was on Twitter.
yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but he was like it was extremely fake. And I remember a couple of weeks ago, another person from 343 was saying that Halo 6,
6 won't be there, but there's something Halo.
and
so.
that there won't be a Halo 3 remaster either.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, so I think it's going to be some sort of spin-off game. We'll
very
see.
nice, very nice.
Releasing probably this year because Xbox really doesn't have anything else coming out this year.
Yeah.
So they need something.
well,
and a
other
Halo
than-
spin-off game is, definitely not a bad idea.
Other than we know, because again,
Right,
it
obviously.
can be. Listen, it can. So this generation has been literally the year of remakes and ports over from the old systems.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, honestly, that this is the field. This is now the time. Like we're going to see a nice big giant field of new IPs just to explore. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. One can hope.
Well, if they stop canceling games like Scalebound, maybe we will have some new IPs.
I mean, well, that's what actually so I actually heard something that Scalebound could possibly make an appearance. So that would be my second prediction. To be quite honest with you, nice.
you think it's alive?
I think it's alive. I think it's it might not be produced by the same people, but
You don't think it's platinum?
I don't know. I honestly, I hope it. I hope it comes out. I hope.
Do you know what happened to the rights to that game?
I don't know.
No, I think Microsoft still owns the
Yeah,
rights. I believe
okay.
because they refiled for the patent again or for the trademark
Yeah.
a couple months back. But I just think that was them trying to keep it and not trying to get anyone else to steal it and just make something new
finish
with
the
that
game,
name
right,
under that name and have like weird people thinking that there's relations to that game with Microsoft. But I think you're crazy. I don't think Scalebound will be there at all.
Well,
I mean-
if Platinum still own the rights, I'd agree that you were crazy. But now that I know Microsoft owns the rights, maybe they give it to somebody else to try.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, still, it's definitely not likely.
It's a wild prediction. I'll admit it, but I mean,
Matthew's getting wild all up in this house.
I am, sir. Marcus.
Number 2.
The second prediction is all games that are showcased in the show will be only showcased on Scorpio, and there will be heavily emphasized that it is being showcased on Scorpio. So maybe like a little watermark on the bottom or before each trailer saying or each gameplay demo that not only on Scorpio but like running on Scorpio, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember they did something like that last year where they had the Xbox Play Anywhere thing, where like every single game they showed, they mentioned it and they made sure it was there in front of you. So yeah, I can totally see the same thing happening here.
I want to disagree with you because they made such a big emphasis on the Play Anywhere program, considering the fact of, for example, during the Forza Horizon 3 demo, they had each individual person playing on the Xbox One S, playing on the Xbox One, playing on PC. They had it everywhere. Like, they showed you all of that. So, I don't know if I 100% agree. I see that if I'm right and the whole bunch of new IPs and stuff coming out for it, and there's just, that stuff going on, then yes, Scorpio 100%. But I don't know if it's going to be 100% all Scorpio because
I think it'll just be like something that's heavily emphasized that they'll say that it runs best on Scorpio.
Oh, of course,
it's being showcased on Scorpio.
This show for them is trying to sell the Scorpio.
Or whatever it's called.
100% trying to sell the Scorpio. So they're going to try and do that for sure.
There you go.
we have seen them do a lot for the community within the last year from this last E3 to this E3. A lot of like YouTube updates and things. All the updates have been things that the community has requested. They've been pushing their own product. For example, Beam turned into, oh god, what's it called now?
Something that won't beat Twitch.
Yeah, something that will be, But they have been doing that a little bit, but for the most part, they have been, really emphasizing actually doing things for.
They just have
their
such
fans.
Yeah. I feel like the services that they make are always like so subpar compared to everything else. With like Groove, and then Microsoft Groove, and then Beam, and even their hardware with like them trying to tap into the smartphone business. Like
the Windows phones actually did very, very well for themselves, considering
but you don't
the
see
market.
them around anymore.
No, actually you do. Considering the market that Apple and Samsung have on both, I mean those phones are massive now, but for what you're buying on a Windows product, and because I've used and tested and whatnot, it's actually a pretty decent phone. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
But it doesn't compare at all to what it's like Apple or Android.
Yeah, it's not going to break through that wall.
No,
phone ever will. That's why whenever I see a new phone,
I feel like they're always getting into the game too late. Even with with streaming, they brought it out way too late. And with Groove, when you have things like Spotify and Apple Music and whatnot,
I feel like they did that with Skype too when they bought Skype. It was kind of like
and even Skype was like on top, and now you see it's being used a bit less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they bought it, and now it's being used less because they jumped in too late.
Yeah. Anyway, so we don't get off topic.
Okay.
Prediction number 3.
Prediction number 3.
Yes.
So I think the Scorpio's name is going to be Xbox 2. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke.
I actually thought you were being serious.
No, my prediction is that...
Yeah, what do you think that's going to be called, actually?
Okay, we'll talk about that later. That's not my third prediction.
Oh, okay.
My third prediction is, you remember Sea of Thieves, that game that was supposed to come out earlier this year?
Yeah.
It gets delayed to 2018.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked, but I really hope not because I really want it.
I really hope not either, but it just seems like a game that they just keep pushing back, and it's in development hell at this point, and I think it's going to stay that way.
I think they have a gameplay demo, but I don't think on stage they say it's delayed to 2018. I think publishers don't really want to emphasize on bad things like delays on stage. They really want to just focus on everything.
They're not going to say it's delayed, but they're not going to give a release date either.
To be like a coming whenever.
Yeah, coming soon, and it's going to be like, okay, you delayed it.
My third prediction, and I don't know if you're either going to be extremely excited for it or not, or I don't know what you're going to react. I know Mike won't care. New Fable game, possibly.
No,
possibly. Why?
Well, Lionhead shut down last year, which sucked, and then they actually already did a new Fable game is coming out in a couple of days. The Fable card game that was,
what I meant.
Yeah, which Microsoft just gave the rights to whichever, I don't know which developer it was, but I think putting like millions of dollars into a new RPG like that is kind of not what they want to be getting into. It'd probably have to be something way bigger. I feel like Fable is just so old. I feel like it's way back in the 360 generation,
like
of
the
when
old.
It doesn't have the current name.
They could try and reboot it, but who do you even give it to? Like, people would say maybe let Rare develop it, but they're doing Sea of Thieves, and what else? Who would be developing this unless they outsource it? But who knows?
I don't know. I just thought, it's such a shot in the dark that it could either turn out really well for them or extremely poorly. But I mean, it's just they're rebooting something that was from before, and I think a lot of people would be excited for it because you have all those old time gamers from the original 360 days. They'll be excited for it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I think are all the Fables already backwards compatible? Probably.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or unless they're like, hey, it's on Game Pass.
Or I mean, there are a few of them on there anyway.
Yeah,
for a fact.
I'd be shocked if there's a new Fable game.
I don't know. That's the thing. If they told you Sunday night, bang, new Fable game, you'd be looking at yourself. You're just, I'm leaving. It's it, right? So I don't know. Sir, take it away.
Wrap it up, sir.
Last one for the Xbox show is there will be some sort of segment based off of esports and Xbox exclusive esports type deal or service, focusing on like Halo multiplayer, Halo 5 multiplayer, and Gears of War 4 multiplayer.
That's a good one.
I would actually be very excited for it, honestly. And if they decided to do exactly what you said, except for the exclusive stuff, and actually moved over to other games, including Counter-Strike, Dota 2, League of Legends, everything else, Rocket League, whatever, that would be cool. That would be very cool, honestly.
I feel like they would mainly on that stage showcase their first party games. So.
Yeah. Oh, no, of course.
Esports is only getting bigger, so
esports is
I
massive.
feel like Yeah, I feel like that's a really
Yeah,
that's something that they would do
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Cool.
because we know it's not going to happen on Nintendo stage.
Oh, definitely not. Hey, I don't know. Remember in that the Switch reveal trailer, they had the Splatoon tournament thing
Yeah,
in the arena?
yeah.
Maybe, you never know.
Twitch, Xbox prediction number 4. Microsoft buys Nintendo. It's fine.
Before we move on, we can do the names of the Scorpio if you guys have any ideas for that.
Hang on, what do you...
As not
think?
as predictions, just like as
Yeah,
a
no,
side
of
note.
course.
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of people kick around Xbox One Elite, which would make sense because they also have the Elite controller.
Yeah, I was
No,
going to
but
say, isn't there the Elite
they
controller?
came out with
Yeah,
an Elite
with
console.
with the 360, so it could also be
No. They came out with an Xbox One Elite console.
When?
It's
It
called
looked-
Xbox One Elite?
Yeah, it looked exactly the same, and it was bundled with the Elite controller, and the innards and stuff were better. Like, it came with an SSD and whatever.
It might have been like Elite Bundle, but I don't think
No,
they didn't actually call it the Xbox One Elite.
They did. It
I think
existed.
you are wrong.
No, shut.
Mike,
I
who
work
do you
for.
agree
I'm
with?
googling it.
I remember them having the Xbox One Elite bundle with the Elite controller, but I don't know if they were referring
But
to the
it wasn't
console in
called,
that.
like,
Yeah, I don't know if the
Xbox
actual
One Elite.
physical console
And this
was
isn't
any
even
different.
what I think it'll be called. This is just what I've seen people.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be called that
name it
either.
as.
Xbox One 1 terabyte Elite bundle. Bang, right there on Amazon.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
see,
called Xbox
no,
One
no,
Elite.
yeah, but the question is the console called the Elite, or is it just
It's
the
right
bundle?
there.
No, but that because the Elite bundle. It says right there, Elite bundle. Xbox
It'd be
One.
like if it
Xbox
came,
One,
it'd be
1
like if it
terabyte
came
Elite
with
bundle.
Minecraft, the Xbox One Minecraft bundle. It's not like the console's called Xbox One Minecraft.
Exactly.
But sir, it's right.
No, I get your point, but yeah. Anyways,
It's
regardless.
actually, it's like, yeah.
It's what I'm saying is, wow, it's $700. Okay, not true. I'm saying they've used the name already, so I don't think it's going to be that. But that's just me. You witnessed it.
I
here.
like my
literally-
Xbox 2 idea.
No, I don't like that. Shut up. Now you don't.
Right,
get
they're
it
going to go backwards. Xbox 0.
Or they could just call it Xbox, but no.
They better not. That'd be so stupid.
I feel like whenever people suggest that they should just call it Xbox, just call it PlayStation, just call it Nintendo.
You can't do
like,
that.
You know.
You have to
It's
give
so
it a
confusing.
name.
Yeah.
Like, the original Xbox was called Xbox. You can't call another console the same thing.
Hang on, let's step into the mind of the Xbox hardware developers for a second. When they named the Xbox 360, they named the Xbox 360 to be a complete circle that this device can do everything that in your media center. It's supposed to be a media center as well.
And they should have done 720.
The Xbox One is the one console that is supposed to do everything. That it's one box in your living room that does everything. So what is another synonym for that terminology?
I remember when back in 2013 people were kicking around Infinity or Infinite.
That's a good one, actually. Xbox Infinite.
Infinity.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Xbox One Infinity, are possibly... I don't know.
Xbox One Plus.
I could see it happening, I'm honest, but I don't know.
Do you think they even stick with the Xbox One name, or they just go like Xbox whatever? Like maybe they want to get away from the
But
one
see,
name.
that depends on what they're framing it as, right? If it's another console, then yeah, they're probably get away from the one. But if it's just an upgrade on one and they want to keep it in the family, then maybe they keep the one in there.
I think they're going to keep the one in there, to be honest with you.
So Xbox One, I was going to say Xbox One S, but I'm realized there's one right there, Xbox One S.
Yeah, I have one on my shelf.
I don't know. Maybe they just stick with the Scorpio. I know it's a code name, but it has pretty much gotten mainstream at this point.
I don't know, we'll see.
Like I remember when they announced that it was called the Switch. Like it was hard at first to change from the NX to the Switch. In my mind, I still thought NX. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's going to same thing's going to happen with this one, except for worse, because this has been a year that we've been calling it the Scorpio, whereas the NX was only like a couple of months, or not a couple of months, like a year. Oh, it was a year. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I take back that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on before we
All
run
right,
this well
moving
dry.
onto Sony. Mike, if you want to start us off again.
Sure, I love starting. Okay, so first thing is we are going to get some Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, story DLC.
Wow, nobody cares.
Wow, speak for yourself.
Like I haven't played Horizon yet. It's one of those games.
It only sold millions of copies.
I
It
know, I'm
actually did
kidding.
really well. I
I'm-
saw it.
I
It
know,
did
I'm
like 3 or
kidding.
4 million
Yeah.
actually. So,
I'm kidding, relax.
but yeah, I haven't played it yet. I want to play it soon, and if they release a DLC for it, that would be awesome.
Can I ask you a question, not to speak softly into the microphone so that only the audience can hear you?
I
can
wanted
still
them
hear
to.
you. I can still hear you over here on the side of the table.
He's getting real salty.
I played
All
Overwatch.
the
It was that
Flavors
Xbox One
increasing
Elite that
salty.
really got to him.
No, you know,
Being proven wrong.
you know what? Remember the conversation we were having in the car earlier today? Don't say what we were having a conversation about.
We had a lot of conversations.
That song that triggered me.
Oh right,
Yeah,
right.
okay. I'm still salty about it. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
No,
What was your
we're
prediction?
not.
Oh yeah, Horizon DLC. It's possible. I
Yeah.
feel like it's far enough that they could show it. But I don't know, like in E3's past, have they really focused on DLC?
Not
True,
really.
but I mean, like you said, Horizon sold a lot, and I think people would be excited for it.
I feel like that'd be more of a PSX announcement.
Fair enough, but it's not PSX time. It's E3 time. But okay, never mind. I'll make that point later. Go ahead.
For E3 this year,
Oh shit, E3's happening?
No
Bro,
way.
hold
Where
on.
is it? Where's it
Wait,
happening?
I dropped my book. What? E3's happening.
The Electronics Entertainment Expo
What?
2017.
Lies.
This is nuts. Breaking news: E3 just happened. Kidding, happening.
Do.
No.
Prediction number 1, Matt.
So prediction number 1: I think we're gonna see a PlayStation VR version 2. I think
This soon?
Yeah.
Nope.
I think. Shut up.
But do you mean like a whole, like a console, like
Yeah, you're
like,
talking about a
like a
new version
revision,
of the
or just like
hardware?
a new bundle or something?
A new revision of it, like a version 2.
Interesting.
So I feel like the PlayStation VR is
Did very poorly.
Yes.
Nope. They're selling out all they can produce. The demand is very high for it right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have 7 of them in my store.
Well,
And they've
speak
been
for
sitting-
yourself. Speak for yourself.
I
I
am.
feel like it's not mainstream though.
It isn't. No, VR still isn't mainstream, but PlayStation VR is actually doing pretty well.
So I'm so
enough.
it's not the fact of it's not doing well. It's just so what I'm getting at is VR as a whole, HTC One, Vive, what? Anyway, the HTC headset, Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR included. It's not great. You're still moving around these wonky controls and this and that. And if anybody has the potential to create something that actually throws you into an environment like we all thought it would be before this came out, I think Sony can do it, honestly. If they can put some time and effort into actually developing this properly, this can be something that can turn everything around. It can flip these other headsets over, and it changes the game. When it comes down to it, if people ask you what should I buy, a PlayStation VR or an Oculus Rift / HTC Vive, the answer is not a PlayStation VR system. The answer is either one of the two, right?
But it's kind of like a different market too. Those are more high end ones.
They
Whereas you're
play
not going to
the.
recommend it to someone who doesn't play on PC.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying I've had the question asked to me before. Out of the 3, pick one. I said,
Well, like my concern with VR is always games. Like if they release a game on the VR system that I want to play, then I consider it. But that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
because they're all glorified.
And that's the bottom line.
they're
right?
all glorified demos.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Obviously, that's the problem.
I agree. I don't think VR is anywhere near
Its
what
potential,
they
yeah.
want it to be. Maybe like the day it goes wireless, but I completely don't think they're gonna. I really don't think they're gonna do a new hardware when they can barely even keep their model that they're going on right now in stocking. Like keep the supply for the demand. So
Where? Like where?
Just
the
in
US?
general.
In the US?
like that's what people are saying. Like people on like forums and stuff. The community has just been saying that people who want a PSVR aren't really having luck trying to find them. So
Because in my general area, not just my store, in my general area, I don't know. I'm going to speak for like the southern part of Ontario. We have lots. The only thing that people can't find would be the PlayStation camera because they don't produce enough of them. Or I guess they don't send them enough to us. And then the motion controller, but those don't move anymore either. Priced at $130 for ones that you can buy for $15 on the PlayStation 3, or you can just use the ones you had anyway. I don't know. I feel like in some areas, yes, but also in some areas it just doesn't move. I don't know.
But I just think what you're looking at is just such a specific part of a specific place that your mindset is just so skewed towards this one place.
I guess so, but I don't know. It's just from my own personal
Like
experience.
what you're only looking at where your location, your store, like the store that you're not like seeing Amazon and Walmart and everything, all these other stores in different countries and everything. What you're looking at is just so skewed towards what like your surroundings.
I guess so, but in a sense, I don't know. I haven't personally heard any complaints of not being able to find one. So, but that's just me. But I'm thinking, if not a version 2 or just some like an upgrade to it or some, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's my prediction for.
Well, like I don't think there's a market for that though. Like, because if you're looking for a VR system right now, you're not interested in like I don't know. It's not. My point is, you're not not getting the VR, the PlayStation VR, because it's not powerful enough. You know.
Like what you're getting right now for VR is these are the early adopters. These are the people who need to buy it in order for it to be successful.
And
No, I'm fully aware.
I think like console revisions are really good for people looking to double dip. And I don't think there's anybody with the VR that's looking to double dip right now.
And I feel like people who are buying the VR, headsets right now, know that they're the early audiences. So,
Yeah.
If we don't see that, which I'm still gonna keep to my prediction. If we don't see a new piece of hardware or something, I don't think this conference is gonna lack the VR element. I think that we're gonna still see something at the least, because if what you're saying is correct, right? And, you know, it's everywhere, then why would they stop talking about the product that's doing well?
I don't know.
That's the point. So I think we're going to see some sort of VR aspect. I'm saying possibly version 2, maybe, but maybe they don't agree. I don't know. But I don't think we're going to see a lack of VR at Sony's conference this year. So,
Marcus?
I had a prediction about VR, so I'll just go with that since we're talking about VR. I think if Sony is serious about PlayStation VR, that they will have a new VR game about an existing first-party Sony IP.
like a Call of Duty or something.
No,
yeah.
first party.
Sorry, I apologize.
Like whether it's like God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Parappa the Rapper,
Parappa the Rapper.
Like whatever. I feel like if they're serious, they're probably gonna they'll try and put one of their first.
But that's the question, right? Are they serious about it?
We'll see. Because there was not last year, but 2015. I forget if it was E3 or PSX where they didn't even talk about PSVR at all until like last year when we saw the not Call of Duty, PlayStation. Oh my god, I can't speak. Final Fantasy 15 demo, the Batman Arkham VR, oh my god, I can't even remember anymore. I have real bad memory.
I think it was
Farpoint.
Farpoint, yeah.
Oh, right.
But yeah, they had like a little VR section, so I feel like if they're serious, they'll start bringing it in. But
fair.
Yeah.
So you agree with me that we're gonna possibly see something?
We'll see VR, but I don't think we'll see a new VR hardware, a new SKU of the PSVR.
Yeah. Prediction
number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so my second prediction is regarding The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
That game was announced at PSX. I think that if we see it at all, it'll be just a small teaser trailer, or maybe even just a logo.
Is your prediction we see it as a small teaser trailer, or we don't see it?
I think we don't see it at all.
Okay.
But if we do see it, it's not going to be no gameplay, nothing. Definitely not a release date. Yeah. It's just going to be max, like just a small.
So
small
the prediction
teaser.
is we won't see it,
right?
Because I agree with you. We're not seeing that game until like next E3, if that. Maybe next PSX 2018.
Yeah, it's just way too soon.
At the earliest.
Like Uncharted 4 literally came out last year. Yeah. There's no way Naughty Dog was working on both of them simultaneously.
And they have the Lost Legacy coming out in August.
Exactly, that's coming out in August as well. Yeah.
For me, I guess I'm going to bundle all of those type games into something. So the things we saw last year, God of War,
Spider-Man,
exactly.
Death Stranding, Days Gone.
I'm going to bundle that all into exactly what Mike was saying. I don't know if we're going to see majority of them. For example, God of War, I don't think we're going to see too much. I don't know. I feel like that's a game that's probably going to come out next year, or if not 2 years from now, where it's going to be like, oh, next E3 they're going to show it off 100%, and then I don't know. I just feel like it's too early because they're completely changing the way the game is.
That game wasn't at PSX, right? I don't think it was at PSX.
Yeah,
but last year they had the whole 10-minute gameplay demo of that.
Yeah,
of it. So
I don't know. I just feel like maybe they should take their time with it because they're changing everything.
But at the same time, that's one of their premier franchises right now.
Yeah.
And they need it to go well.
Yeah, I think God of War will be there. I'm pretty sure, Sony Santa Monica, the last God of War game, Ascension, was on PS3 in 2013.
Yes, they've had plenty of time.
There's been a lot of time in between, and I think they really want to focus bringing this out because there hasn't been a big first-party Sony game since Horizon for this year. Mm-hmm. Who knows if we'll do them later this year? They'll probably just have Gran Turismo Sport maybe, and Knack 2.
Knack 2.
But I feel like they're going to really focus on God of War and Spider-Man as their next big games, and Days Gone, of course. But
let me ask you something then. So you're saying we're going to see a whole bunch of God of War this year, right? More or less, kind of thing. And then you think it's going to release this year?
I don't know. It's just, I've been going back and forth in my mind where
it kind of depends on
Sony has skipped the fall season. Matt's dog is scratching on the door for the past 5 minutes.
We just need the land.
Oh my god! There we go. What were we talking about? God of War. I feel like it could. I feel like it could. Like, yeah, as I was saying, Sony has skipped the fall season for a big AAA game for the past couple of years. They've been more focusing on the springtime with Uncharted 4, Infamous Second Son, Horizon, Order 1886. I could see it, but they already have Gran Turismo. But the reason why I could see it coming out this fall is because on the side, there's like in Los Angeles near the convention center, there's a big poster on the side of the building with the God of War, what seems to be like a cover art for the game. That and Battlefront 2. So I feel like, why would you get that real estate for a building if you're not going to advertise for something this year?
My mindset for it was, it won't come out this year. It totally honestly slipped my mind that a whole bunch of those games came out in the spring. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Mm-hmm. When I first made the prediction, my mindset for it was, it's guaranteed not gonna come out this year. They're gonna show something a little bit, I don't know, here and there for this E3. Then it's going to come out next fall, but another E3 would have passed, so they're going to show a whole bunch of stuff then, and then release the game. Mm-hmm. That's where my mindset was, unless, that's why I said we're not going to see it that much this year, but now that I'm starting to think about it, and the point you made where they release a whole bunch of stuff in the spring, then it's like, okay, they'll show it this year, and then they'll release it in the spring, because it won't come out this year. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So
I think its release date depends entirely on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because if Spider-Man is ready to go this year, then I think they've only want to release one of them.
They barely showed any gameplay. Like,
right, that's the thing.
Like, people would have thought it would have been a shoo-in for it to come out this year because of the movie.
Yeah.
But they didn't, they ended the trailer last year in a freaking hashtag. It didn't even have a title. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Because this is the problem with last year. They showed off so many games that don't even have release dates. We know Death Stranding won't be there, and Hideo Kojima just needs to stop fucking showing that game and just actually make it.
I feel like we already have so many trailers of that game, and it's like
so we'll see. Like, I feel like this year might be a lot of closer in-depth looks at stuff we saw last year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Closer in-depth looks at stuff we saw last year, but that will not release this year.
Possibly,
that will probably release either next year in the spring, or if they're going to delay it even more and work on it more, then next year fall after another E3 when they're going to show a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. So I guess our points actually coincide with each other. So I'm not too much of a.
But that wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't my prediction.
No,
so your prediction was that
God of War is not this year.
That those games there, we're going to see like a little snippet here and there, and then next year we're going to see it at full force. So I don't know. That's just me.
So my second prediction is Sucker Punch will show off their new IP. It's not Infamous. They've been hard at work for a couple of years. I feel like the game will be another third-person open world game.
Well, those are kind of in the spotlight right now.
Yeah,
like they're one of the only first-party Sony developers that haven't shown off what they're working on. So yeah, I feel like they've already, last year, they already blew everyone out of the water by showing so many games that aren't even out yet. What else? What other new stuff are they going to show? What can they rely on? So
yeah, I definitely wouldn't disagree.
I feel like that's a safe one for me. But.
Yeah, it's definitely on the safer side.
Yeah,
it's like saying the sky's blue.
Wow.
Halo will be at the Xbox conference.
You know what?
Totally fair.
My prediction: Halo 7's at Sony this year.
Halo 7. Yep. Skipping 6.
Mike, third prediction.
My third prediction. I forgot what I wrote down. Sorry, give me a second.
Mine is going to trigger all of you. So
is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I wrote down my third prediction as being that they wouldn't mention VR at all.
Really?
At all?
I can honestly even see that.
Right? But then I kind of listened to you guys talk about how you guys think it was, and it kind of does make sense for them to try and get it, but I still think that they won't even...
I think it's to the extreme where it's either they talk about it in full force or nothing in the slightest.
My question is, what do they have for it? If they have, like Mark said, the first-party games, then yeah, for sure that'll be on. But are they developing those games? I don't think they are.
Probably not.
Not right now. I don't think they
are.
And if they're not developing those games, what are they going to show? What was that? The Ubisoft bird flying game.
Oh, Eagle Flight.
Eagle Flight.
Did that come out already? I don't even know.
Who knows? Right? That's my point. So if they don't have the first party thing, then I definitely think that they won't show it at all. If they do, then yeah, it'll be there for sure.
Yeah. My prediction, my third prediction, and this might anger a little bit of you. I feel as if Sony might announce a new console this year. It doesn't necessarily need to be a home console. it can be another portable console, because there's a couple markets for them to compete with. Either they're competing with
Are you
Scorpio.
talking PlayStation Switch?
Yeah, possibly something of the sort. Either something of the like maybe like a new Vita or something, or they're going to compete with the Xbox Scorpio. You know, and then I know GameStop was pushing them to release another console a few months back.
Well,
there was that.
Console sell games.
No, of course, but I don't know. I just feel like
I don't think they're going to go a handheld route after
I don't
the
think
Vita.
they're going to do any more new hardware until like a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
I
Like, there's
think
no
they're
way you
freaking
release.
insane.
I don't like they just released the PS4 Pro like what, a couple months ago.
it's
I think you'd piss a lot of people off if you come out and say, "Hey, here's a better PS4 Pro."
Also, they're on top of the world right now. They don't need to do this.
exactly.
it's not the announcement of, hey, this is a new console and you should buy it. It's the, hey, we're working on things. Stay tuned. That's what I'm hinting at. I'm thinking they're going to be like, it's just like, hey, stay tuned for what we're going to be showing you in the next 2 to 3 years, because obviously we know that things are in development. So in order to just, like you said, they're on top of the world, but in order to just keep that drive going, it's just like, well, they just came out with a console and they're coming out with a new console. What are you doing? And then they're going to be like, hey, cool, we're working on
I
something.
get your point, but
Yeah.
I don't really think the Scorpio is going to have that much. Like, if Xbox doesn't partner or if Microsoft doesn't partner games with the Scorpio, it
No, of
doesn't
course.
matter how powerful the Scorpio is, and that's where Sony will probably be on top of Microsoft for sure. So I don't think they really need to worry about the Scorpio unless they come up with like crazy like new IPs or whatever.
Well, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, where I thought, I hope this year is the year that they're showing off a whole bunch of new IPs.
Right.
Because there's a new console coming out, and Nintendo just had a new console come out, and we have nothing except port overs, and what the fuck? So, I don't know. And I just kind of hope that we see something from Sony, because I think it would... It's not even for the sake of them keeping up. It just makes things more interesting, because then you have them over there, Xbox, releasing this thing, and they're like, oh shit, okay, now we need to do something different. It just changes the playing field. That's all it does. And I want that to I like competition. We all do. But I think it would just be interesting. That's why I want to see something of the sort. If we don't see anything at all, it could just be like a figurement of a shadow of something. It'd be like a box, like, I don't know, Amazon Prime box, you know? It's just a shadow, so we can't see it. Just something. It's just like, hey guys, look what we're doing. You know, that's something interesting. You know, just to keep things going.
Fair enough.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Marcus, number 3.
From Software, their new game is shown.
Ugh.
It is Bloodborne 2.
No.
It was funny because we were looking at some predictions. Me and Matt were on the computer earlier today, and a lot of people were saying Bloodborne 2. And every time they would come up, Matt's like, "No, it's not going to happen. No, it's not going to
happening.
happen." And so now I'm just interested to hear you guys argue about this. So I'm just going to sit back and listen.
I don't even have any arguments. I just think Bloodborne did really well. From Software is working on something new. Who knows if it's a new IP or not? I don't know if it's been outright said, but Dark Souls 3 came out last year, and they've been on a pretty steady track of releasing games. So,
But
and I feel like Bloodborne 2 would be it. And also, I feel like Sony wants more success from the Bloodborne crowd and like the Dark Souls crowd. So
this is something. So this is something that I find super interesting, and I might be totally wrong. Or I just might sound like a stupid idiot here, but I don't know. I don't care.
don't we all?
Yeah, well, it's
Naturally.
fine. They stated that Dark Souls is no longer going to be continued.
Yeah.
You can either take it as they're going to stop producing the series, or they're going to stop producing the games as such, or they're going to... Because the games, like if you go play Dark Souls 3 and then you go play Bloodborne, it is literally the same thing, except Bloodborne is just faster paced a little bit. And then you have a gun, so you can parry things easier, but it's fine. I just found that maybe you're right. Maybe they stopped development of the Dark Souls series. You know, it's a sad face because I love Dark Souls, and I suck at it. It's fine. Maybe they stopped it for the sake of continuing other series just strictly for the PlayStation, or they're just going to stop doing things like that and then focus on something else. I don't know.
Even if they,
I don't know.
Even if they say Dark Souls is gone, Dark Souls will never be gone.
No.
It's a successful franchise. That
Dark Souls, yeah. Demon Souls is still being
Demon
played.
Souls was the
like
Sony had the chance to like
capitalize on that,
but they didn't, and they let From go and allow the Dark Souls series to go on. They could have had this like exclusivity the entire time. Yeah. But we even see with games like Neo and what was the other one that just came out?
The Surge.
The Surge. Yeah, it's a new genre. Well, not
I call them Dark Souls-esque type games. That's what I call them.
Like in the modern Metroidvanias.
Yeah, I guess.
Where there's no new genre to attach it to. So, but yeah, I feel like that's something that I could see happening.
I absolutely love those types of games, and I would. And when I say, so this is going to be super confusing, and I'm super conflicted inside. Where it's like Dark Souls, Bloodborne 2. I keep saying no, but at the same time, if it came out, I would not be opposed to it whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So the fact of the matter is, it's like, okay, cool, let's do it. But at the same time, I just don't think that's going to be a thing yet. I don't know. I think it's going to be. I think Bloodborne was its own thing. And then Dark Souls is its own thing, and then Neo's here, and then the Surge is here. I think they're going to create another one of the same sort of... Because it's all the same gameplay at the end of the day. They all have the 3 different bars atoning to what your character is, and you stat your character the way you want to build him and or her. Equality. And I think this is going to bring something else. I don't think they're going to continue the Bloodborne series. I just think it's going to be something different, and they're going to make like another Dark Souls series. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Something of the sort. I don't know. That's just my own personal thing. But whatever they do, I would not be opposed to it whatsoever.
Cool.
Because that didn't make any sense, but it's fine.
Nintendo.
Ooh, the good part.
This was the hardest one for me, to be honest.
It actually kind of was... It's interesting, though, because... Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Wait for my first one. Okay. Just go.
This hits Marcus right in the gut, because Marcus is probably the biggest Nintendo fan out of all of us. Shut up, Mike.
Who has this? Who doesn't have a Switch?
That's the point. But that's what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. That's the point I was going to make.
When you're the person who owns over 50 Amiibo and you can, and they didn't sell me on a Switch.
Hey, I've got a lot of Amiibo too. I have like 25
for one franchise.
Because you have doubles.
One franchise. I just have a Boo. That's the only one that's not a Zelda one that I have. Anyways, prediction number 1. I think we see Pikmin 4 for Switch.
They're coming out with a Pikmin game on the 3DS, so I say no.
That's what I thought too initially, but then I looked into it, and that game is actually not developed by Nintendo. It's developed by RSS.
It's from the Yoshi's New Island developers.
So, and I don't know if you remember that Eurogamer interview with Miyamoto a while back, where he said the next Pikmin was done. And I don't think he'd be talking about a game that he wasn't making. I mean, it's possible he was, but I think there's Pikmin 4. I think comes out on Switch next year.
That'd be cool.
It's their spring game, like Breath of the Wild was this year. A little bit of a downgrade from Zelda, but still, I think it comes out next year.
I want to say yes, but at the same time, I want to say no, and I hope it comes out this year, because there's literally nothing coming out this year. Other than ARMS, Splatoon, and Super Mario Odyssey.
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Who cares? I know a lot of people care.
I'm raising my hand.
I know you are, but at the same time, it's just like...
And maybe Xenoblade.
No, not. You see what I'm saying? Like, it needs to come out this year, if anything.
I don't think so. I think Odyssey's fine by itself.
Holiday, but then you have Splatoon and ARMS coming out in June and July.
Yeah.
Yeah, so August, September, October, November.
Fire Emblem Warriors is in there somewhere.
That's 4 months of Fire Emblem, and that's it.
I don't know. I think the hype for Odyssey will take care of itself.
I don't think so. Well, because then you have to understand there are a lot of people who did not buy a Switch, A, because they can't find it, or B, because of the fact that
I get your point, but at the same time, they need games for next year.
Yeah,
and I think if Pikmin 4 is a thing that exists, I think it's better served as a spring title rather than fighting for the holiday leg share along with games like Assassin's Creed and Mario Odyssey. I don't think that's a good idea for Nintendo. They did that with Pikmin 3. They released that in the spring. I think if Pikmin 4 is a thing, which I do think it is, I think it comes out in spring. I don't know if you guys saw the Best Buy leaks, supposed placeholder things.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, well, there was apparently a listing for a game called Pikmin World on bestbuy.ca. Just saying.
I don't know.
Pikmin 4 World?
I don't know. We will see. This is exciting. This is very exciting because we're having little debates each prediction.
That's what they're for, man.
Yeah.
Number 1 for you, Mr. Matthew.
Yep. I am going to go... Okay. So I'm going to go into a little bit of the hardware/software of the system rather than the games for the first couple predictions here. So first, everything, I'm going to say that they're going to announce, quote-unquote, the eShop retro games for the Switch itself. The virtual console, yeah. I always forget the name for some reason. I think that this is an opportunity that they're missing. I think even if, it is present there, that it will attract a market. And I think it needs to be there. Because Nintendo's always been known for its quote-unquote backwards compatibility. Yes, you are not able to play anything, previously on the Switch itself. Hence why the Virtual Console would do very well because, the games are cheaper. You can play a lot of things. For example, like Ultra Street Fighter 5 or Ultra Street Fighter 2 at $50. It's very steep for a 20-year-old game. We had this discussion last week, but
I think it's fair to say that the Virtual Console will be announced at E3. My question to you is, when does it come out? Do they say something like, oh, it's available now, or is it a launching with the service in 2018.
So it can either go, like exactly like that. It can go two ways where it would make sense now, but I think it would make more sense coming out with that the online service, allowing you to. It's like an addition to the what's it called? To the online service, because they're coming out with the retro games for the service once a month, right? Wouldn't that make just perfect sense? Here's a whole bunch of other retro games that you can purchase from us and download, along with free retro games that you get once a month for buying our service for $30 a month or $30 a year. So I think it would just all tie in together nicely, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like you make a good point that it could be that if Virtual Console is there, it would be announced for next year rather than right now. But I feel like I feel like you're right that it should be there. If not, then what the fuck?
Yeah, honestly.
But
Totally agree.
I don't know. I have a prediction. Like, I'll save it for my last prediction. What, like, the big one?
Okay.
Ooh.
See, I have a yeah, okay.
This is gonna be good fun. So fun.
Yeah.
You're not gonna expect what it is. Okay, should I just go?
Am I going to see Halo 8 on the Switch? Okay.
Go
This
ahead.
is just fucking random. From Software.
Are we going to see Dark Souls?
We're gonna see Dark Souls.
Oh, please.
Dark Souls 2 on Switch. From Software. I remember when they showed off the developer list. From Software was there.
They were.
There is no way in fucking hell that Dark Souls 3 is going to be able to run on the Switch, so
Why
they're
not?
going to fucking Wii U it and bring Dark Souls 2 on.
It-
Oh
The
my
game-
god, I would die. That'd be
The
so
game,
funny.
listen, the game runs on shit like on consoles anyway.
Dark Souls
so
2
why
is on
not?
PS3 and 360.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's easier to bring to the Switch.
No, it is, but Dark Souls 3 runs runs like shit on the Xbox and PS4 anyway.
So why even crappier?
Because it can run it, like it's not going to be something needed. Like
This
they
is
can.
it.
They can scale it down. They can definitely scale that game down. If it can run 30 frames a second on a fucking Xbox One and PS4, which, by the way, sucked ass. When you're in an area and you're hanging out, it's like original Dark Souls 1. When you're in an area where there's a lot of shit going on, your frame rate drops to like 10, and you're just like, I can't move, and then you die.
Matt's so triggered right now. He's like
I just
yelling.
feel like, yeah, From Software did say they're developing for the Switch. They were on that splash screen of all the developers.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to make whatever their new IP is, even if it's multi-platform, it won't. I don't think it'll be on the Switch. I feel like if anything, they bring a Dark Souls game and it'll be
Dark
the
Souls
second
1. Dark Souls 1.
Because why the fuck
if
not?
that happens, Marcus, I'm just gonna turn to you and be like, "You little."
You're
genius.
buying this, though. But you're buying it,
Oh,
though.
I wouldn't buy it.
Why?
That's not my type of game.
Yeah, okay, but listen, if you Zelda, I find it plays a lot like Dark Souls does.
I get it, but
except Dark Souls grabs a spoon and shoves it up your ass.
Yeah, I'm not much for the
spoon?
the repeated attempts at something.
Yeah.
Like I get pissed off very easily.
Yeah. I'm not, by the way, I'm not triggered. I'm super excited. I would absolutely love it. I love Dark Souls 2.
But I remember there was that rumor that they were gonna port the entire trilogy.
Oh my
over.
God, please,
I don't
let's
remember
go.
that one, but
Yeah.
there was that rumor before the Switch was announced.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
something else.
Number 2?
My number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So I think that they will talk about the Breath of the Wild DLC.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
And now, like, I actually went back and forth on this a couple times because I'm like, do they really want Zelda and Mario to go head to head at the same conference? But then I thought about it, I'm like, there's no way they don't. They see how big of a wave Zelda is riding right now, and they need to take advantage of it and get people excited for that DLC right now. So I think we get a trailer, we get some new information on it, we definitely get a story trailer. And then I think they announce it. This is another thing, I don't know when they're going to release it.
Well, one's the summer and the other one's the fall.
Yeah, but my question is, Odyssey is in November. I don't think they release Zelda that DLC in November either.
Odyssey is holiday.
Yeah, November.
December.
No, it'll be November.
Holiday
Okay, you
is
guys both
December.
just looked at me.
Yeah,
'Cause you're the tiebreaker.
When's the holiday? When's the holiday?
When
season?
will Odyssey come out?
No,
I would
like,
It's
so-
November.
When's the holiday season? Is it November or is it December?
fucking like October.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm fucking leaving.
Nintendo literally.
I would
releases
say
every
November,
time.
but-
Yeah.
Really?
It'll be like November 20th. They do this every time. They did it with Skyward Sword.
No,
they
but
did it
if
with the Wii
anything,
U. They did it with
I think Mario
World.
Odyssey will come out in November, but like before Black Friday.
But they said
Yeah.
they said holiday 2017.
Yeah, but holiday means
Holiday is November.
Means November. Trust
Why?
me. It just does.
But that doesn't make
Nintendo
sense.
doesn't release games in December,
They
especially
never,
their fucking biggest game that they have.
They always release the biggest game in November. Like
Doesn't make sense to me.
literally,
And then
always.
they'll release 2 at the same day when they release Smash Wii U and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire on the same day.
And
A
they
Link
did-
Between Worlds and 3D World
Yeah,
on the same
exactly what I
day.
was going to say.
No, it's not the games things. It's just when you guys said holiday, I'm thinking Christmas holiday.
Yeah, but you see Christmas commercials starting in November.
No, I know. It's just
The Black Friday, they always have those games up.
My
for Black
brain,
Friday.
it doesn't comprehend it, but it's
Well,
fine.
let's comprehend it now.
I think the holiday season technically starts at like in like late November.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't fucking know.
mid-November. Yeah, but yeah. So that's my prediction. Zelda DLC,
So
which I'm obviously super excited for.
Mike took my second prediction. Go fuck yourself.
Oh wait, are you going to talk about Zelda DLC though?
No.
Because I had a prediction. I'm not going to use this one anymore. I'm just going to go with all my crazy ones for this. But what I was going to say, this isn't an actual prediction, that Zelda DLC won't be mentioned at all.
Yeah,
They're not
probably.
gonna
No,
talk about
honestly,
it at
I
all.
would not be surprised at all because I think that's definitely a thing that they want to share, save for like a Nintendo
I feel
Direct
like they're going
in
to
the summer.
put it in a direct in like November, December.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, I could totally see that happening, and then just say like, oh, it's available now.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening too.
The what's it called? So because Mike took my prediction, I actually just thought of one now on the spot. Shut up. This just popped into my head. Star Fox, something, maybe.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, I don't. So
A Star Fox Zero Deluxe or a
no.
Star Fox 1?
No. So Zero sucked. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people absolutely hated that game because it didn't not.
Well, I don't think a
handle
lot of
well.
people gave it a chance, to be honest.
no, it's just-
I didn't.
I know you didn't, but I played
didn't.
it. I actually played the 2-player co-op, which was better than the single player. But even that handled like ass. Because anyway, I think that is, they have to learn from that, and we're gonna see something. Maybe not like see like gameplay or whatever. It's just like bang, new Star Fox game.
Do you think it comes out this year? No.
No.
Well, if that's the case, Nintendo's probably not going to show it. They typically don't show games that don't release.
I don't know. It's just
in the coming window, they literally
Nah.
never do that.
it makes sense to me, but then again, nothing that Nintendo does makes sense, so it's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
But regardless, but you see where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's
It's definitely one of their top franchises.
Yeah,
Not maybe
oh,
not
yeah.
top 5, top 10 at least for sure.
I played Star Fox as a kid on the SNES. I absolutely loved it.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't think so.
No?
Just because Star Fox Zero did not do well at all on Wii U.
Yeah.
Even though it was on Wii U, granted. But I feel like that was its last chance to even do. I'd be shocked if we see anything Star Fox, aside from being in Smash Bros. Or whatever, for like the next 5
Yeah.
years.
Unfortunately, I kind of agree.
I
with
feel
you.
like it's like up there with F-Zero now, just like waiting on
It's
the
just
shelf.
dead.
Fox and Captain
And Metroid?
Falcon are just like hanging out in a bar, just like being all depressed.
Doing a barrel roll and Falcon punching
Yeah.
some Falcos.
For eternity. They're never... Was my... Oh, is it my prediction?
Show me your
It
boobs.
is, sir. Show me your move.
Show me your boobs.
Okay.
From that, Mike, please.
I'm just gonna do... Yeah, I'm just doing all my crazy ones.
Cool.
I love
Okay,
crazy.
Skyrim will be shown at the Nintendo
Obviously.
show, but along with Skyrim, they're going to be like, with our friends at Bethesda, we're also bringing Fallout Shelter to the Nintendo Switch this year.
Oh yeah, okay. I can see
Is that the
it'll be a
mobile game
dual
thing?
pass.
Yeah. It was on Steam as well, so
And Xbox.
I 100% agree with Marcus because it is on other platforms other than the mobile phone platform.
You know what? I totally agree because
Fuck
that's a
that
good
is.
idea for Bethesda to what's it called to see how the interest is in Fallout on the Switch.
Yeah.
Maybe for a future Fallout 5.
Question for you.
Answer for you.
Yes. Question for you because this another I guess I'm going to call it an indie game even though it is not. Okay? It is a smaller little game made by these whatever. Gwent, the card game. Do you see something like that if not that on Switch?
It's possible, but like, I feel like before Gwent, you would need to get something like Hearthstone there first. But I don't think, like, it'd be cool if we could even get at least Gwent, at least a card game there. But I don't think.
Cuz it's on Xbox.
I feel like what is it? Is it CD Projekt Red who
Yes.
actually made it? Who made Gwent, or did they give it to someone else?
I don't remember.
Either way, I don't know if they like. They make so much money there. I don't know if they even really want to bother bringing it to the Switch. Same with Blizzard.
Unfortunately, I think that's true.
I think honestly it would be cool. So I think card games just in general would be very cool on the Switch itself because it's portable. Remember like back in the day you'd watch Yu-Gi-Oh with the dual discs. Now the Nintendo Switch because you could bring it anywhere.
I didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh!
Shut
Me
up.
neither.
It's fine.
You're on your own there.
Basically the way this
Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the classic fidget spinner?
not what?
Oh no, I was thinking Beyblade.
No, that's
Beyblade, let
Let
it
him
rip.
rip.
So what I'm thinking is because you guys never watched Yu-Gi-Oh before, I'm gonna like slightly kind of explain it. Basically
I
the
know
way this
Blue Eyes White Dragon stuff.
Yeah, basically the way this worked, it developed itself because of the technology and the show got better. So you had a stadium where two people faced each other and put cards on a screen basically, and then they appeared. Right?
Yeah, I know how the
Yeah.
the technical side of it.
Yeah.
I had to watch it because it was after Pokemon, so like
Yeah,
I watched
exactly.
like the first 5 minutes.
So
I'd watch
those-
the theme song, and then I'd be
Yeah,
like,
so the dual disc and whatever, they made it portable, right? So I'm thinking it's just like the Nintendo Switch is now a portable device that you can install these card games onto, and then you can play with your friends. So like the Pokemon trading card game, or Gwent, or Yu-Gi-Oh, or something like that. That would be cool.
Like that's a great idea, but unfortunately, I think it's too good of an idea for Nintendo to consider.
I think so. Yeah, guys, I should work at Nintendo. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
No, they would be like, so you have good ideas? Yes. Okay, there's the door. I'm like, okay, perfect.
You gonna replace Miyamoto?
No, he's a legendary man.
He is legendary.
Just I am the next Miyamoto.
Damn.
Yeah,
I don't remember where we were at.
I love
This
you.
is the last one.
Last one. The
You-
last
You did your second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Skyrim and Fallout one.
Wait, so I actually have 2 that I have to pick from.
Do you want me to go then?
No. I'm gonna go. I'm going to say we're going to get some new amiibo.
Oh God, of course we
I had
are.
a prediction. I had this, but this I scrapped it. What did you think it was?
Well, I think we're going to get one that's literally just a hat from Odyssey.
Oh God.
And it's going to be so dumb because it's going to have those
Yeah.
giant eyes, but it's going to be hilarious.
I could actually see that happening.
Yeah.
My guess was that there would have been like at least 10 new amiibo shown.
Oh,
You know what?
Could totally see that happening. Zelda amiibo for sure.
You know
That was
what?
my second part of that.
I don't want another Mario amiibo. I want that hat amiibo now.
Oh, it's gonna like.
No,
I think it's gonna
no.
get
You don't understand. I don't want another Mario. I don't want Mario jumping wearing the hat. I want strictly the hat amiibo.
Can you imagine if the amiibo with like the hat is like off his head because
Yeah.
he's jumping in midair? Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be 100% fantastic.
I'd buy that.
Or you know what? In the base of the amiibo, you just see Mario's like hairline, and then it's like a stand holding the hat in the air. See what I'm saying?
Oh,
Oh,
I think we're getting a little
You
too complicated.
decapitated him. It's just his head.
all right.
But yeah,
that's
so
fine.
new amiibo, that hat amiibo. I also think we get some Zelda amiibo as well.
Yeah,
I don't know where they go with that. Maybe some, maybe the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild.
sure.
I don't know. We'll see.
Re-release Zelda because everybody wants her, and she's not able, possible to find.
You know
anymore.
why they want her?
No.
Continue.
Don't tell me. This is a fucking rated G podcast.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Zero
We-
Suit Samus.
I did it on purpose. Stop it. Zero Suit Samus. I heard what you said.
Twintel.
Oh, if they have a Twin Tail amiibo, oh, that'd be hilarious.
I don't want to hear about your fantasies anymore.
That's a
There
good
could be
question.
arms amiibo
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say,
they
yes.
did that little twirly thing with that Guardian from the Zelda amiibo.
Yeah, that'd be
where
pretty
they
cool to have an
extended
arm
his
thing like
legs.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be actually really cool.
Yeah. My prediction, I've saved this one for last. It kind of ties in back into the virtual console. Marcus and I had this conversation a couple months ago. I think we're going to get a total new software update. So they're going to keep... So I think this software update is going to enable an internet browser, an app store, and possibly, and this is a very fine line I'm talking now, they delayed the online service.
Yes.
Just this is super, super, super far-fetched, and I don't know if I 100% agree, but I'm proposing the idea anyway. There's a headphone jack on the Nintendo Switch. There's no headphone jack on the Pro Controller, but chances are, if you're playing with a Pro Controller, you either are playing with somebody or you want to play, a game like Zelda by yourself on your TV. Because there's a headphone jack on the controller, which means they can release a headset for it, which means they're going to scrap the entire mobile application idea, possibly, and just make everything integrated into the software update, possibly. I keep using the word because I
think there's a negative chance of that happening.
that's why I'm saying it. But I do believe that we might possibly see a software update allowing you to now browse the internet, download apps like Twitch, YouTube,
Netflix,
whatever,
yeah,
Netflix, all
yeah,
of that.
Totally could see that happening.
Making it an actual system that is not just a gaming system.
Yeah, I totally agree. And
know?
to kind of like to add on to your prediction, one of my fourth prediction was that they'd have themes for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Well,
Yeah, so I'm going to say that along with this update that you're talking about, they're going to release something like that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see them like changing the OS and stuff, but
Yeah.
that headphone thing. You're going to be talking on your phone forever.
Yeah,
No, I know.
It's
Which is-
it's a sad fact of life.
which
at this
is
point.
really dumb, but I just doesn't wrap my head around it. Like, let's say, for example, this is going to be the stupidest example. Let's say you're sitting in a Starbucks, you're sitting there playing a game or whatever, and like then you need to whip out your phone on the table. Then you got your Switch with you, and then for some reason you got your Pro Controller. So you're just sitting there, and everybody's around like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Well,
You know what I'm
when
saying?
you're the guy who already pulls out a Switch in a Starbucks
Yeah.
and playing fucking Splatoon or whatever, you're already that guy. So
Yeah, that's true.
I guess.
there's no difference.
But, I mean, at that point, I was sitting at school a few months ago, playing my Switch, and people walked up to me like, "Oh my god, it's Nintendo Switch!" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it today." And they're like, "Oh my god, can I watch you play it?" I'm like, "Sure, as long as you don't get within 5 feet of me." So, I don't know. It attracts attention. You're completely right. But I personally feel like we're going to get a software update. It's going to benefit the system. And hopefully they scrap the whole mobile phone idea, because fuck that.
They won't.
I know
It's
they
a
won't.
sad fact.
I
of
know.
life.
I
You
know.
need to accept it.
I know.
You need to accept
I'm just going to use Discord instead.
it. Sure.
Okay.
My turn.
Marcus,
my last
I'm really
one.
excited for your last one. Like, I'm like hyped for this moment
Yeah.
to
Oh,
hear
yeah.
what Marcus Morans has to say.
Nothing big. No. My last prediction. People are going to be upset about this conference. There's going to be like some sort of like Twitter meltdown or like Twitter depression. People are going to be just upset about this. People are not going to enjoy it. That's my thing.
Unfortunately,
The reason
I
why
totally agree.
they said we're only focusing on stuff in 2017. So I feel like in this, and they said it's like 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
We're getting like
Yeah, I
we're-
saw it 25 minutes. I was like, what?
We're getting like Mario Odyssey for like 15 minutes. Then they're going to talk about Hyrule Warriors. They're going to mention like fucking here's Magikarp Jump DLC, and then that's it. People are going to be so pissed about this thing.
Oh, man. You know
So
what?
yeah, Nintendo's going to fuck it up. Is my prediction in terms of hypeness.
It's so sad that I could totally see that happening.
So, unfortunately, Marcus has won this
We don't even
debate.
need to wait.
Yeah.
We
We
don't
don't even
need to
need to
wait.
go.
If anybody disagrees, go fuck yourself, because Marcus is right, and you know that he is.
This happens every year. Everybody always starts predicting, oh, there's going to be a Metroid. Oh, there's going to be a new Animal Crossing. Oh, there's going to be a new
Hey,
F-Zero.
remember the
It's
last
never
Metroid we got?
Yeah, like 10 years ago. And they're going to, oh, maybe Mother 3 will be announced. It's like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just stop predicting it. It's not going to happen.
People are saying that maybe they could show stuff off in 2018, but they're not joking around. 2015, they're like, there's no Zelda. There was no Zelda. Last year, only Zelda. It was only Zelda. And
Well,
like,
they did have some
and
other
Pokemon
things,
on the
but-
side. But like, they're not going to fucking show anything way bigger than this.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Oh my god. Why did I buy this system?
To play Zelda, obviously.
Shut up, Mike. I could put it on the Wii U.
That was your
fine.
choice, sir. That was your choice.
Yeah, I spent $800. Actually, I didn't. I spent $600 to play
I
Zelda.
spent
about $1,000.
$800 to $1,000.
Marcus was the only smart one in the group. He did not buy a Switch day one. Do I regret it? No.
But it's not like the price is going to go down, so he's
I
not
know.
saving any money.
Do I regret it? No. Do I wish I didn't?
Sounds
Not
like you
really.
regret it.
But at the same time, why the fuck did I buy this system?
Well, it's a great system.
To be honest with you, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
Ended it with a bang. There you go.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You
Always
shook it
count
up.
on Marcus.
I could see all three of them fucking it up this year.
Honestly,
Actually, yeah.
Like Scorpio, it could be like we're only talking about this, and then it's like there's no fucking games that you're gonna want to play
Yeah.
on this.
like how they released the Switch this year.
Yeah, and
where
then
it's like, here's this awesome system.
and then at the PlayStation one, they're just gonna be like, here, we're only showing you the stuff that you already know. There's gonna be nothing new. Like this, like it could go either way for all three of them.
You know, it's so sad that I could totally see that happening.
because the fact of the matter is, making these predictions, and if you go look at other websites' predictions, there's nothing there. Nobody predicted anything good or like
Drastic.
yeah, it was just like, here's Project Scorpio for the Xbox One. And then the PlayStation 4 side was, yeah, we're going to probably see Last of Us maybe. I don't know, I guess, sure. And then Nintendo's like, I don't fucking know. It's Nintendo. Who knows?
Well, you know, that's true, but to be fair, like, nobody predicted Spider-Man was going to be a game by Insomniac. Like, no one predicted that. So
That's-
hopefully
yeah.
this year has something, but I can totally see it being where there's nothing.
A man can be hopeful. And a woman too. A man can
There's
be
also
hopeful.
that whole, like, Square Enix and Marvel deal that they
Yeah, but we
announced.
don't.
I don't think it's going
we won't see that for.
Yeah,
a
we
couple
won't see
years.
it, but, like
Tomb Raider, they just had
Yeah.
Rise Tomb Raider a couple years ago,
Oh,
and Deus Ex.
I am hoping that this E3 sparks a new generation in new IPs. That is my hope, my dream, and desire for this E3, because I am sick of port overs. Okay, I'm done. If I wanted to play these games from before, I would have bought them. If I didn't buy them, then who cares? I'm not saying they're bad games. I'm just saying stop.
You know, screw new IPs. I just want Bioshock 4.
That's a all right. Well, okay. Hang on. Tell me if you can audibly hear this. I hit him with Bloodborne.
hurt.
I know it did. It was supposed to. You're lucky I didn't grab the Halo 5 or Destiny Steelbook. You're honestly lucky I did not grab the Steelbooks. I have
I would
them.
have murdered you.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But there we go.
Maybe I'll drive.
just got all
Maybe
off the rails.
I'll drive or fly a drone
You
straight
were
into
going
the
to
side of
drive
your
by
head.
him?
To drive
What
by.
the hell?
No, I'm gonna fly a drone straight into the side of his face.
I'm very scared right now.
Fly by him?
Yeah. I
I
almost,
got off the rails real quick.
yeah, it did, but this is why people listen. It's entertainment.
Us Canadian boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. If you have questions, email us at nothingbutgamespodcast@gmail.com. We want to hear your predictions.
This is a new record. This is
Yeah.
like an hour into the podcast.
We apologize for the longer one. We don't really apologize. Sorry,
Well-
not sorry moment. But
Next week's probably going to be even longer. 'Cause
next week, we will be attending E3 in Los Angeles, California.
The Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Exactly, 2017. First time ever open to the public. Please
Please be excited.
please be exciting. Don't let this flop. Actually, I kind of want it to flop so they never open it to the public again, and we can say that we did it. We went. We spent all that money for shit. But we did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, until next week, we will see you. Oh, forgot to mention, we will have guests actually next week as well on the podcast. I'm not going to announce who they are just yet. They are all the other people.
Miyamoto.
We can't pay for that. No. I don't have.
Can we get Reggie
no.
on? That'd be awesome.
Oh, sir.
I would love to have a conversation with Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah. I mean,
When are you going to bring the new Zelda?
for a president or so for somebody who spends time designing video games, well, you really suck at Smash. You know, I just run a company.
Roasted.
But it's fine. Yeah.
Before we end up, I want to give my fourth Nintendo prediction. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be announced.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy E3 this year, and you will hear from us next week, next Friday. Take care. Adios.
See ya.